Hey guys, and welcome back to Egypt. Last time we spent an amazing week on the scuba sea and dive liveaboard, and now we're taking you on a fast track from the Nile to the Valley of the Kings, the Great Pyramids, and even a camping trip in the desert. Pack your bags and come along for the ride. So we departed from the boat. We took a nice little van ride from Hurghada to the heart of Luxor. We had the sweetest little hotel. I'll link it below. The hospitality was fantastic. When we arrived, they even ordered us an amazing meal from a local restaurant. Now, when we arrived in Luxor, we immediately had a boat ride planned. So we ate pretty quickly, and then we headed down to the docks and hopped on a boat. So this was such a fun boat ride. As soon as we started cruising down the Nile, they put on music, and we had no choice but to dance. It was so much fun.
Oh my goodness.
It was so beautiful. The Nile River is amazing, and to be there at sunset is just a whole other experience. So we really only had one full day in Luxor. So our first stop was the Valley of the Kings. We took a tour of 3 tombs, and entering the tombs was just an experience that I didn't know that I would ever have. It was incredible. Next, we stopped at the Temple of Hatshepsut, and then Doug made us some pottery. We stopped at Karnak Temple, which is a very significant place. The columns in Karnak Temple, absolutely massive, and every detail of these temples is so intricate. The last stop of the day was the Luxor Temple and the Avenue of the Sphinxes. We had a good 12-hour day, and then in the morning, bright and early at 6 a.m., we hopped a flight from Luxor to Cairo, Egypt.
See some old things in town.
Okay, cut.
When you're downtown.
Or not.
So we stopped for lunch and had some kosheri, which is a very popular Egyptian dish.
Look. Oh, la la. Only on bay now. Bon appetito. Enjoy, guys.
The Mosque of Muhammad Ali was amazing. We went to the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. You could spend all day there. We went to one of the oldest bazaars in Cairo. It was really beautiful. It was like something you'd see out of a movie. We did end up buying a few things. Of course, you have to barter a little bit with your vendor, but that's just part of the game. So we visited the Step Pyramid of Djoser. This is one of the oldest pyramids. As kind of a grand finale to our time in Cairo, we headed over to Giza and we saw the Great Sphinx as well as the Great Pyramid. The absolute scale is amazing to be beside.
Yalla, habibi.
So after 3 days of touring the busy cities of Luxor and Cairo, we hopped in a van with our friends Sarah and Doug, and we headed 4 hours west, where we met our guide Ahmed, who would be taking us along for a camping trip in the White and Black Desert. He made us a beautiful lunch and tea, and then we jumped in the truck and headed off into the desert. He also picked us some fresh mint, which we would use in our tea later. You can't have enough fresh mint. We first headed through the Black Desert. So it's called the Black Desert because of the black rocks that are scattered throughout the sand. So these rocks are actually from volcanic lava flows. And then Ahmed broke out the sandboards and we hit the dunes, we shredded it up, caught some speed, took a few spills, but I beat Colton down the hill and that's all that matters.
She's ripping!
Sandboarding. Woo!
So we headed into the White Desert and we made it to the most beautiful place I've ever seen. I think this was my favorite place that we visited in all of our Egypt travels.
Amazing. I didn't know this was part of the. I didn't even know this was here.
The cool thing about it is the White Desert was actually underwater. It was part of the seabed. So when you look at a lot of these formations, you can kind of imagine what it would look like when it was underwater, when it was part of the sea, part of the ocean. So as the sun was setting, we arrived at our little camp. Our guides got to work on the most delicious meal we've ever had. It was just incredible and it was all cooked over a fire.
Oh wow, the colors right now in this backdrop are insane.
The desert at night, it really is the most spectacular thing. The way the white formations light up under the moon is otherworldly. So we woke up the next day, started to make our way back. We stopped at a few cool looking formations. This one looked like a horse head.
Is this the ocean, guys?
Where did the water? This almost looks like
Sarah and I found these fossilized seashells and sand dollars, and it was really cool to make that connection to the ocean because, you know, it is an ancient seabed.
For the big,
hungry?
no, this for the big fish.
Ah. Ooh la la.
We found this rock formation that was shaped kind of like a swim through that we find when we're diving.
Does this remind you of a swim through?
Oh my god, it does. We've got our minds on the time.
Ciao.
Another amazing trip for the books.
Oh yeah.
So as we finished up with our camping trip in the desert, we headed back into Cairo and headed straight to the airport. So come along with us next week as we climb to new heights and dive on the world's most deadly dive site. Thank you so much for watching. I've added a few links below if you're interested in doing a tour similar to what we did, and we will see you next week.